Today's episode is all about a game changer in the podcasting world, chapter markers and timestamps. Stick around to find out how they can transform your podcaster's listening experience. Here we go. Hey there, podcasters. My name's John. So what exactly are chapter markers? Well, you can think of them kind of like signposts for your podcast. They can help your audience navigate through different parts of your show. Chapter markers allow your podcast listeners to navigate to parts of your show that interest them most. For example, there may be a segment on your show that podcast listeners really dig that they want to keep navigating to and make sure that they don't miss when you publish an episode. Also, some podcasters may have limited time that they can dedicate to listening to your show. Chapter markers can make sure that those listeners can access the specific parts of the show that they don't want to miss in their busy schedules. Now, let's talk a little bit about podcast SEO and discoverability. You didn't think we'd go a video without talking about podcasting SEO, did you? Did you know that adding chapter markers to your podcast can actually help out your podcast search engine optimization? By breaking down your episode into chapters, you're providing more entry points for search algorithms. This can make your podcast potentially more discoverable to your ideal listener audience. Take, for example, a podcast episode that you did where you reviewed one of your favorite wrestling shows. In the main event, both of your favorite wrestlers squared off. The main event could have also been a tag team match or a three-way dance, whatever the case may be, you get what I'm going for. The chapter marker that you create could include the wrestlers' names. This way, when you publish your show, your podcast SEO will also include the names of those wrestlers. So people that are searching for those wrestlers in their podcast directory will also be able to come across your show. Now, chapter markers aren't just about segmenting your content. They're also powerful tools for building awareness and engagement within your podcast. You can use chapter markers strategically to highlight your calls to actions, CTAs as they're also called. Whether it's directing people to social media, whether it's calling out your guests' information that they provide you so that your audience can check out their content as well, or maybe it's you highlighting different monetization opportunities that you want people to engage with you on. Chapter markers give you the ability to engage with your audience in an even more interactive way. Now imagine a tool that can help you generate these chapter markers automatically. Not only that, but the tool can also optimize your audio, create transcripts for your show, and much, much more. Podbean AI can take your podcasting experience to the next level. When you upload and publish your show, Podbean AI automatically generates chapter markers for your show, saving you valuable time. You can even customize the timestamps and chapter markers after they've been generated. So you don't have to do all the work in thinking about chapter names, chapter markers, and those timestamps. You can have Podbean AI be your personal assistant and help you out with that. Podcast chapter markers and timestamps aren't just organizational tools for your show. They're also your secret weapons for boosting engagement, improving your SEO, and creating even more engagement with your podcast episodes. Many of you may already be using chapter markers in your podcast, but if you're not, start using them today and check out the improvement in your podcasting experience. Enjoy chapter markers, enjoy the success they bring you to your podcast, and as always, happy podcasting. We'll see you in the next video.